Good morning, and today is Saturday, and we're going to start making some bread. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check our starter here. They look lovely. I've got lots of Adobe one, but I wanted lots because I wanted to not only bake bread, but I wanted to make some discard crackers. So some of it will sit in the discard. We're going to do 2 loaves today. So we're going to turn on our scale and zero it out. And we're going to pour 200 grams of starter into this bowl. I'm glad I separated it out into 2 different jars because it would have overflowed. That's 196, actually 220. So we're going to put 20 more of this one in, 223. That'll be good. And we're going to let that starter sit over here. Adobe can go over there till I'm ready to make discard crackers. It needs to drop a little bit more before I can make discard crackers. We've got warm water. We're going to do 660 grams of warm water. So we're going to use this whole bottle, 530. We need 660, 661. Okay, and we're going to stir that up with my whisk. So now we're going to do zero that out. We're going to go 975 grams of bread flour. That's going to be 200, 350. Let's go 400 exactly. We're going to stir that up. And so right now we have 400 grams of flour here. Let me see how much I have here. I think I might end up actually switching over to all-purpose flour for the rest of it because it's only like 200 more grams. We are at 788. So let me grab some all-purpose flour. I do have more bread flour downstairs, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Here we go, 975. Now we're going to mix this into a shaggy dough. I'm going to take it off the scale. I'm going to mix it very carefully because I don't want it to overflow my bowl. I'm going to switch over to the bowl scraper, help it a little bit. Just trying to incorporate all the flour so that it doesn't make a mess first. We're just trying to make it a shaggy dough right now, get everything incorporated. I'm going to play with this for about 10 minutes and then we will let it sit for 30 minutes. Shaggy means that when you pull it, it pulls apart. So eventually it'll be a stretchy dough. And when you pull it, it will no longer tear like this. It will pull and stretch. It's very sticky. That's a good sign. And I have found that if you use cold water, it tends to come off a little bit better. Watch my hand. I'm going to finish this off with the bowl scraper. Let's see if I can get my bowl nice and clean. And it helps that I use nice warm water because that will help it ferment a little bit better. And you can do this in a mixer, but it can be really hard on your mixer. Back in there with my hands, so it's a nice shaggy dough. Got all the flour off the bottom of the bowl now, and it's all incorporated. And we're going to cover this and let it sit for 30 minutes. And then we're going to do our first stretch and pull, and then we'll add our salt. All right, we'll see you in 30 minutes. I am back. I have let my dough sit for 30 minutes. We're going to pull that off. I'm going to wet my hand down. We're going to stretch my dough. See how much stretch here is now that it's sat for 30 minutes. Okay, we're going to stretch and fold until it's no longer easy to stretch it. Still sticky. Dough's still nice and warm. It's not hot. It's just a little warmer than room temperature warm. We're gonna now cover that and let it sit for 30 minutes. On the next one, we need to add the salt. I have cleaned up and showered and I'm back. It's been 30 minutes and we're going to uncover our dough and we're going to this time add salt. So we're going to put it on the scale and zero it out, and we need 20 grams of salt, which is seems like a lot of salt. That's 8. Perfect. All right, now I'm going to wet my hands. Grab the scale out of there. Wet my hands, and I'm going to now I'm going to use that little bit of water on my hands to kind of dissolve that salt a little bit. And we're going to stretch and pull and see how very stretchy it is. That's perfect. Stretch and pull. And turn the ball. Stretch and pull. It's starting to not stretch as much now. We will see you back in 30 minutes and we'll do our third stretch and pull. It's been 30 minutes and we're going to wet our hands and we're going to stretch and pull number 3. So we're going to stretch and fold. Turn it. We're going to stretch and fold. And I'm trying really hard not to tear it when I'm stretching and folding it. Okay, we're going to stretch and fold. We're going to pull it out of the bowl. That's pretty good. We're going to just stretch it over. Keep pushing it underneath. Okay, and we're going to wait 30 more minutes and we're going to do our last stretch and fold. It's time to do our final stretch and fold. I'm going to get my hands a little bit wet and then we're going to reach under there. Oh, look how nicely that comes out of the bowl. Nice and smooth on top. Stretch. Fold. After this one, we're going to let it bulk ferment for 4 hours. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it out of the bowl. Go. Flour that just a touch. And I'm going to stretch and fold it just a little bit more. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to cut it in half because there's way too much here to bulk ferment in one bowl. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flour this paper towel and I'm going to weigh these so that they're very similar in weight. Now these are very similar in weight. So we've got one that weighs 890 and the other one weighs 880. So close enough. So we've got 2 loaves here. I need to stretch and fold this one just a little bit more. And we're going to let it bulk ferment for 4 to 6 hours. We're going to grab another bowl and we're going to do this one. That gives them both room to get that one in there, that one in there, and that gives them both room to double in size in the next 4 to 6 hours without overflowing the bowl. And then we'll be able to make 2 loaves. All right, we'll see you back in 4 to 6 hours. Welcome back. It's been about 4 hours and our dough has lots of bubbles and has risen almost half its weight. So now we're going to flip it out. There it goes. And we're going to do 2 loaves. We're going to do 1 round loaf and 1 long loaf. That looks so good. Now we're going to grab the rest of it here. So we're going to just, without knocking all the bubbles out, we're going to stretch it out. We're going to fold it in. We're going to fold it here. There we go, just like that. We're going to flour the top of it. And we're going to make sure that there's no open creases in it so that it doesn't burst out the sides. We're going to flip that there. Okay, and then we're going to put that one in there and we're going to do the other one. We're going to let it fall out of the bowl there. All right, we're going to shape it. And this one we're going to do long. We're going to go this way and lightly flour it. Now it's a little bit longer loaf. We're going to put that in our oval Banneton. We're going to let that proof for about 30 minutes and then we will be ready to bake it after we score it. It's time to bake, so we're going to take this and it has risen again and we're going to put it on the silicone sling. We're going to just pull it in. We're going to score it with our razor blade here. We're going to do 1 cut there. We're going to do 1 cut here. All right, now that that's scored, we're going to take this and we're going to put it in our pan. And our pan is about 500 degrees. All right, we'll put that in the oven. I'll grab the other pan. And let's flip that upside down onto the sling. We're gonna score that one. Score it right there. Score it there. Okay, and then we'll take that one and put it in the other pan right over here. Okay, we'll put that in the oven and we'll leave it for 30 minutes and then we'll take it out and we will take the lid off and then cook it for another 15. It has been 30 minutes of cooking and 15 minutes without the lid on. And now we're going to pull them out of the oven. The moment of truth. Here we go. Loaf number one. This is a long loaf. That looks beautiful. Here's our second loaf. It's our round loaf. Gonna pull them off of these silicone mats here. I just want to check out the bottom of them. Ah, sounds so good. Check out the bottom of this one. Oops. They sound so good. There we go. Our next two loaves of bread. Join me again for more cooking with Kazi and our sourdough journey. Look how beautiful that looks. We'll let these sit for 2 hours, then we will cut them and we will eat them.